Then, okay, my dear children, greeting all of you. I think you're doing well. Then, all of take your books and get ready for the. Today, we are going to start the new lesson, unit number 8, right? Under the third term, right? Then, all of you write down the topic of this the functions and the systems of your body, right? In this lesson, you are going to talk about them further, right? And all of you write down the topic. Let us maintain a healthy body, unit number 8. Let us maintain a healthy body. Right, children. Then I think some of it students are absent today, right? Then, but let us maintain a healthy body. There are different systems in our body to perform different tasks, right? Then, children, in your previous grades also, you learn about some systems of our body, right? How they form, how they be the structure, right? You know that with the combination of organ systems will form, right? May available between and then children, the digestive system, the respiratory system, circulatory system, you know, this answer. But the excretory system means Bahishravi Paddhatiya, right? Help in the internal functions of the body, right? Actually, there are some main systems in our body. Other than that one, we can find out the uh, musculoskeletal system, right? Likewise, you can find out so many systems. Then, children, the nervous system is Snayu Paddhatiya, especially the brain, controls the functions of the other system. This is the main, actually, this is the main device that control our all our activities, right? Through our nervous system, especially the brain. Then children, it also transmits messages about the environment around us through sensory organs. Children, you know that there are 5 main sensory organs in our body. What are they? The eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the skin. They take some sensations and these messages were sent into the brain, Kutala. And there are some particular areas in the brain and they will decide what to do on the areas. Then the message will be given to the relevant. You will get the hand away from that one. How it happens? Right? Immediately, messages first sent to the brain, then the brain decide what you do, then the message will send to the particular muscle area, right? Then you immediately take the hand from that object. Here, it will happen during a time period actually less than a second, right? Right? Actually, during milliseconds, right? Right? Then they will actually they happen fast, right? Then children, it also transmits messages from the about the environment around us to the sensory organ. The nervous system helps in our movements by coordinating the functions of the muscular skeletal system. Hey, not only that, from this unit, when you make the unit team, what is that? Nervous system, it's not Paddhati, right? It will coordinate musculoskeletal system also. අපි පේශිමය මේ අස්ති මේ චලනයන් also හරි මේ චලනයන් ටිකත් The movements will be also managed by this system, right? What is the system? Nervous system, especially by the brain, right? They will manage the movements of our body also today, right? By giving messages to these muscle areas. Clear? Then children, the skeletal system also protects the important organs, including brain, lungs, and the heart. You know? Not only that, the skeletal system also protects the important organs. අපේ skeletal system එකෙන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ ආස්තිපත්යෙන් මේ වැදගත් තැන් ගොඩක් අවයව ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. Think about this skull. අපි හිස් කබල ගන්නකො. It protects our brain, right? Think about this area, the thoracic region, right? It protects our heart, the lungs, right? That's what. Then, and some important organs are located in the middle side of the body. අපි ගොඩක් මේ core එක ඇතුළේ තමයි තියෙන්නේ. ඇතුළට වගේ වෙන්න, right? Then, right. The skeletal system also protects the important organs, including brain, lungs, and the heart. The endocrine glands produce hormones that control growth, functions of the reproductive system, and the metabolism of the body. Not only that, brain again power. They stimulate hormone actions, right? මේ hormone ක්‍රියාකාරීත්වය පාලනය කරනවා, right? Stimulate hormones. The endocrine gland produce hormones that control growth. මේ වර්ධන හෝමෝනය නිකුත් කිරීම නේද? ඒක පාලනය කරනවා. Functions of the reproductive system. වෙනත් පද්ධතියේ ක්‍රියාකාරීත්වය. I think about the hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, right? And the metabolism of the body. පරිවෘත්තීය ක්‍රියාත් පාලනය කරනවා. Clear? The reproductive system helps to produce the new life. නව ජීවයක් ලබා දෙන්නේ ප්‍රජනක පද්ධතියෙන්. Clear? Okay. Then children, in the previous grades, in the previous grades, we learned about the sensory organs and the functions of some of the systems mentioned above. I think in grade 6, I think in grade 6 and in grade 9, you learn about sensory organs. Clear? Then children, in the previous grade, we learned about the sensory organs and the functions of some of the systems mentioned above, right? We talk about some functions also. Clear? Then children, in this chapter, we will learn about the digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, and the reproductive system, right? Main system diseases related to the systems and the precautions we can take to prevent them will be studied in detail. රෝග වළක්ව ගන්න ගත ක්‍රියාමාර්ග අපි කතා කරනවා, right? And detail wise we can talk about them. විස්තරාත්මක අපි ටික කතා කරමු. Clear? Okay, first of all, we should have to write down some systems in our body. අපි කීපයක් ලියාගෙන ඉමු නේද? Right. But it's time, sorry, but it's time I can write this point there. Some examples for the main systems. Sorry, some examples for the main systems located in our body. Some examples for the main systems located in our body, right? Okay, right then with me, William. Right, digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, digestive system, respiratory system, circulatory system, excretory system, nervous system, musculoskeletal system, musculoskeletal system. So niceness and lesson about them, right? Well, then children, the first subtopic is digestive system. Okay, Parani much cover. The first one is digestive system, right? The first one is digestive system. Digestive system. Right. I think in grade 7 also we talk about these systems, right? Apiti pata grade 7 la, medical, right? Okay. Fine. Children, you can find out a diagram of digestive system පුතාලා අන්න ආහාර ජීර්ණ පද්ධතියේ රූපයක් තියෙනවා. At home you draw it. ඉතින් මේක අඳින්නවා ඕනේ. Right? Don't let me buy in the body no, right? Then you draw a figure of digestive system at home, right? ඉතින් අඳින්න ඕනේ. Then children, let's look at the process here. අපිට බලමු පිටු process එක පොඩ්ඩක් නේද? Right. Then children, look at the parts here. බලන්න මේ කොටස් ටික පොඩ්ඩක්. Salivary glands, that means Keta granthikal salivary glands. Okay, in this area we can find out them, right? In this area we can find out them, right? Right? Then children, think about when you have cold or there will be a pain in these areas. Why is that? Due to the infection of those areas, right? May granthi ආසාදනය වෙන්න පුළුවන්, right? Especially the salivary glands thing. Right? You may not get a granthi. That's why, right? And actually the opening of these glands can be seen in some place in the oral cavity. උතේ මුඛ කුරේ යම් තැන්වලින් මේකේ විවරයන් හම්බ වෙනවා මේ මේක capillaries ටික open වෙනවා, right? මේ නාලිකා open වෙනවා. අපේ මුඛයට, right? It gives saliva necessary for the processes, right? අපිට අවශ්‍ය කියලා ටික කේටය ලබා දෙනවා, right? අපි ඔය යටිහන් වේදිය වල චාරක දසලින්ද ගාව කියනවා අපි. Clear? දිවට යටින්, right? මොකද තියෙනවා. Then salivary glands. අපි create a granthi. Then children, next part. Mouth, මුඛය, right? This cavity is known as oral cavity. මුඛ කුහරය කියලා කියනවා. This cavity is known as oral cavity. Oral cavity, මුඛ කුහරය, right? Then children, it's better to draw actually at least draw some parts of the respiratory system also. ඒකත් පොඩක් තිබ්බනම් හොඳට පැහැදිලිව කතාවක් කරන්න තිබ්බා. මම කමෙන්ට් මං ඉෂුව එකක් නැහැ. This area is known as the nasal cavity. මෙතනින් පටන් ගන්න මොකද්ද nasal cavity එක. මේ මෙනවා මේක ඇවිල්ලා it yes pharynx. ඉතින් pharynx එක and it opens here. මෙතෙන්ට open වෙන්නේ මේක. Right? This is a common area. මේක ඇල්ලේ පොදු ප්‍රදේශයක්. මේ area. It's a common area for both digestive and respiratory system. Clear? What is that? This pharynx area. Pharynx graphic pharynx, right? Pharynx area. And the larynx start from here. This area. This tube. This is in here. The larynx start from here. Larynx swasanali, right? Larynx start right? At the beginning, at the opening of this larynx, we can find out epiglottis. A punchi tube, there's a lid shaped one. Okay, punchi right? That's why you have been asked you to not talk while you are eating food, right? Why is that? Because the brain can't understand the proper way where is to go, right? ඉතින් හොයාගන්න බෑ කොහෙටද යන්න ඕනේ කියලා. මොකද වෙන්නේ? If you talk while eating, ඔයා කනකොට කතා කරොත් මෙන්න මේ food particles may enter here. මෙන්න මේ පැත්තට යන්න ගමන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. Then suddenly it make choking. මොකද කරන්නේ? කෙලින්ම choking කරනවා. Choking means small යාම පිටුකට යාම කරනවා. Clear? Likewise, it will be released from the body or the released from that area. ඒ ප්‍රදේශයෙන් ඉවත් කරලා දානවා පස්සේ දානවා. Clear? Right. Then children, this is the common area. පොදු ප්‍රදේශයක් මේ pharynx කියලා කියන්නේ. Right? Then මේක erase කරන්න අපිට. Then children, this is a common area. Right? පොදු ප්‍රදේශයක්. Pharynx අපි නම් ග්‍රසනිකාව කියලා කියනවා. Then the right. This area මේක පොඩ්ඩක් diagram එකේ අවුලක් තියෙනවා. right. කමන්නේ අපි ගමුකෝ. In here we can find out larynx. මෙතන අපිට ඇත්තටම larynx එක හම් වෙන්නේ. අර ඔබ කිව්වේ larynx මෙන්න. උතන පටන් ගන්නවා larynx එක අපි කියනවා ස්වරාලය කියලා කියනවා, right? මෙන්න මේ area එක, right? එතකොට මේ larynx මෙන්න මේ වගේ area එක අපි ඉස්සරහා තියෙන, right? larynx එක. And for the production of the origin of sound or the voice අපේ කටහඬ පුතා අන්නාදී වෙන්න මෙන්න මේ larynx එක ඕන වෙනවා. මේ ඉස්සරහා කෑල්ල larynx එක, right? There again in here we can find out vocal cords. අපිට ස්වර සංක්‍රේම හම්බෙන්නේ එතන vocal cords එනවා. If it damage, it is harmful to us, okay? දැන් අතන මගේ damage ලා තියෙනවා. මේ පන්තිවල කෑ ගහලා මේ දවස්වල, right? මුල් කාලේදී. එහෙම කෑ ගහන හැම මොකද? ඉතින් ගොඩක් දුරට වෙලා තියෙනවා. සරල. Then vocal cords damage වෙනවා. Then children, right. Pharynx, right? That means grossaricava. Then we can find out larynx. Larynx අපිට හම් වෙනවා. At the opening of this one, we can find out epiglottis. අපිට හම් වෙනවා අපිජීවිකාව කියලා. අපි කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ කෑල්ල epiglottis. අපිජීවිකාව අපිට හම් වෙනවා. Then and they belong to respiratory system. හැබැයි ඒ කෑල්ල ටික අදාළ මොකේද? Respiratory system වෙනවා. ඒක මෙතන දාලා ගන්න නැහැ. මම අමතරව කිව්වේ. When food travels from mouth to the or from when the food enters from mouth, it goes to the oral cavity and it enters pharynx, grossaricava ගාවට. Then it enters through then it goes down to the esophagus. අන්න ස්රෝතය ඔස්සේ මේක පල්ලයට ගමන් කරනවා. Esophagus means අන්න ස්රෝතය. Then we can find out some muscle actions here. එතන පුතේ ක්‍රමාකුංච චලන තියෙනවා, okay? Muscle actions තියෙනවා. මේක පොඩි මේ tube shape sac එක ගන්න මේක තියෙන. ඇත්තටම sorry, it's a tube, right? මේක tube එක. It's a muscular tube. Then inside the tube පුතේ we can find out some muscle action. ඇතුලේ muscle actions තියෙනවා. And further it will break into smaller particles. පුංචි පුංචි කොටස් වල කඩලා තමයි යවන්නේ. නැත්නම් අපේ හාදු කන විදිහට යන්නේ ලොකු ගුලිනේ යන්නේ, right? Then it will break into smaller particles, right? අමර පතාවත් වෙන කාට කියන්නකෝ esophagus කතන්දරේ. Then stomach. It is known as a J-shaped sac. ඒක අපි කියන්නේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් J-shaped sac එකක් කියලා. J හැඩති මඩියක් කියලා කියන්නේ මල්ලක්, right? Then J-shaped sac, stomach. Generally where we can find out your stomach then ඔයාගේ බණ්ඩිය කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ ඇත්තටම? Where is our stomach? In the left hand side of our body or right hand side? වම් පැත්තේ දකුණද කොහෙද තියෙන්නේ? What is the side? Side is? Side එක කියනවා. Just tell me කියන්න ගමන්නේ. Just guess it. मैं guess कर लिया. निर्माण Viheli, I think a newcomer, right? Then the general will have cut in any cutting. Then so in our left hand side we can find out our stomach. Okay, one pathy in silver. On your right hand side we can find out the liver like things. Okay, we are okay. In our left hand side we can find out that one pathy in. Right? I'm going to ask a question from Vidya from Prashna. And my point is, right? Children, stomach kata give me like you know that in previous grades also we talk about the sleeping actions or the lying down, right? Api व्यक्ति में कथा करें, right? The postures of lying down. You learn about a crook line, line facing downward, line face downwards, line face upwards. Likewise, okay, अभी बता रहा है line to sideways, right? Likewise. Then children, what is the better posture for lying down? Then නිදාගන්න පුතා හොඳ මිරියව මොකද්ද? I think I told it earlier, but මට කියලා දෙන්න කලින් මේක. What is the best posture for lying down or sleep? නිදාගන්න හොඳ මිරියව මොකද්ද?
Lying sideways.
Lying sideways. To the left or right?
Right side.
Right side. What is the reason? මොකද්ද හේතුව? Because
Most of the special organs are on the left.
right. Our stomach, our heart located in the left side of our body, right? That's the reason, right? We posture කොට කතා කරනවා කියන්නේ. Then children, that's why. ඔය තමයි හේතුව. Then children, stomach lies in our left side of the body. අපේ වම් පැත්තේ තමයි මේ stomach එක තියෙන්නේ. Then children, you can find out. Okay, then food enters here. ආහාර එනවා මෙන්න මේ stomach එක පැත්තට. Then you can find out liver here. ඔතේ අක්මාව තියෙනවා මෙතන. හරිද? In A levels actually you have to learn about 15 functions of liver. එතන තියෙනවා 15ක් විතර functions අක්මාව විතරක්. The main ones ප්‍රධාන කාරයන් 15ක් විතර දෙනවා පාඩම් කරන A levels වල විතරක්. right? ඔබේ විෂහරණය වගේ දේවල් දැන් අපි ඔය පොල් එකේ ලෝ කැන්ඩෝල් විව්වහම එහෙම. හරි? කොහෙටද that damage වෙන්නේ? To the liver and to the kidneys, right? The thing about the venoms, right? අපි venom අපි ගත්තොත් සාමාන්‍ය පිට මේ poisons කියපුවාමනේ. The thing about the pesticides, weedicides, අනේ වගේ දේවල්. Due to the intake of such things and due to the intake of venom, විෂ වගේ දේවල් ගියොත් ඒත් එහෙමයි, right? Mainly our liver will affect it. පිත්තාශය කියලා කියන්නේ. Then liver produce bile acid and stores in gallbladder. දැන් ඔය පිත්තාශය තමයි ගබඩා කරන්නේ, right? The function of gallbladder is stored in bile acid. මේ පිත්තුෂ ගබඩා කිරීම තමයි gallbladder එකේ කාර්යය. Then the production is done in liver. Okay. පිත්තුෂ bile acid එක හැදෙන්නේ කොහෙද? liver අක්මාවෙන්. මේ බලන්න මේ මොකක්ද? The stored bile acid comes down. Hey, you can find out pancreas. මේ pancreas එක. මේ colors නා වැරදි නිකන් ඔය හදලා තියෙන්නේ. Then yellowish grey වගේ color එකක් තියෙන්නේ. Then this is pancreas. අපි කියනවා අග්න්‍යාශය කියලා. Then it enters here. මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට තමයි මේ ග්‍රහණියට තමයි මෙන්න මේ ඉරේකට තමයි මේක enter වෙන්නේ. Hey, can you find out this one? What විතර පේනවද මේ කතාව? The pancreatic juice, මෙන්න මේ අග්න්‍යාශික යුෂ, the bile acid, the pancreatic juice both opens into this area with a common tunnel, right? මේ පොදු මාර්ගයක් ඔස්සේ තමයි මේ දෙකේම ඒ ශ්‍රාවයන් එන්නේ නැකල්. In Sinhala we call as අපි සිංහල normally කියන්නේ මේ පොදු අග්න්‍යාශික පිත්ත ප්‍රණාලය කියලා කියන්නේ, right? Then the bile acid and the pancreatic juice secrete or flows through a common tube and enters here. මෙන්න මෙතෙන්ට විවර වෙනවා. මෙන්න මේක ඔතෙන්ට open වෙනවා. Clear? Actually, these juices contain much amount of things that are necessary for digestion production, right? Actually for the absorption processes, right? ජීර්ණ ක්‍රියාවලියට අවශ්‍ය කරන ගොඩක් දේවල් තියෙන්නේ ඔන්න juices වල. Right, then children, and in the stomach, digestive juice also secreted today. ඔය ජීර්ණ විශේෂාව වෙනවා මෙන්න මේ ආමාශයලු, right? Okay. Then children, after that, the food will enter the small intestine small intestine open and approximately it is somewhat 7 to 9 meter in length. Meter හත 9 වගේ ප්‍රමාණයක් මේක දිගයි, right? Then children, food enters here. ඊට මෙතෙන්ට මේ එනවා මේක open වෙනවා. The small intestine enters the large intestine. අසේ ඒක open වෙනවා මෙන්න මේ large intestine එකට. දැන් ඔකේ තියෙනවා ascending descending එකේ ඔය අවරෝහණ මහන්ත්‍රික ආරෝහණ ඊපස්සේ තීරයක් මහන්ත්‍රික ඔහොම තියෙනවා. There are some parts of this large intestine within sides වලට නම් දෙනවා, right? Then this small intestine opens to the large intestine, right? So what is this one? මේ මොකද්ද මේ තියෙන්නේ? not ටක් වගේ. That is appendix. Appendix means උණ්ඩුක පුච්චය, right? Somewhat uncommon, right? Then appendix means somewhat strange නේද? යමුතුයි. උණ්ඩුක පුච්චය කියලා කියනවා අපි. And some small children will subject to this infection called appendicitis. මෙන්න මේ තත්යකට සමහර ළමයි පත් වෙනවා appendicitis කියලා තත්ත්වයක්. That means උණ්ඩුක පුච්ච ප්‍රදාහය කියලා කියන්නේ, right? The enlargement of that area. දැන් අපේ පොල්ලට හැදුණා ඔක grade 7 පොඩි එකෙක්ට. He suffered a lot and actually suddenly they thought that he is suffering from fever. හිතුවේ කට්ටිය උණ හැදිලා ඉන්නවා කියලා. But without their knowledge, actually it is blown inside the abdominal area. Abdominal area එක ඇතුළේ මේක පුපුරලා ගිහිල්ලා. Then they did the surgery and remove all this stuff out from the body. And after closing that surgery, actually he has rest some weeks, okay, after that surgery. Unluckily, the areas that the cut has done, okay, again that area was infected, okay. Then again doctors did a surgery to recover that area, right? Everything. So it took at least 3 months to recover. Right? So appendicitis, the enlargement of that area, infection that occurs due to some strange material that collected in that area, right? ගොඩක් අංශු තැන්පත් කළා එක ප්‍රශ්න හේතු තියෙනවා ගොඩක් හේතු කියලා තියෙනවා. ගොඩක්ම දැන් ඔය with the evolution පුතාලා පරිණාමයත් එක්ක actually during our evolution at the beginning of when we will live as apes අපි වානර කාලේ හිටපු කාලේ, right? වලකීම තිබ්බේ right අනේ කාලේ, right? During the stage of apes පුතාලා there's a function done by the appendix. Okay, කාර්යයක් වුණා. Especially the digestion of cellulose fiber ජීර්ණ කරන දායක වුණා මේ appendix එක. But nowadays we are not eating grasses like we have then තනකොළ වගේ දේවල් කන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ නිසා ලොකු function එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා කියනවා එකෙන්. That's why this is cut off from the little age. ගොඩක් අය කාර්යයේ මේක cut off කරලා දානවා, right? Then okay, large intestine, the small intestine opens to large intestine. Then it comes here. What am I saying? Rectum. අපි කියනවා ගුද මහරකය, right? There, right? Needs to store feces temporarily. තාවකාලිකව මල පහ ගබඩා කිරීම කරනවා, right? Temporarily we are talking about the digestive system, right? Okay. I think you were somewhat late today. Then okay. Then children, I asked you to draw this one at home. And then getting on in the queue make an end. You know, use some space to write the write on some systems in our body, okay? Examples and good now. With the answer. Then leave some space to draw this figure at home and get in the after writing this topic, leave some space to draw this one at home. Right, we talk about the structure or the diagram of the digestive system, right? But we want to kata කරන් හිටියේ 2000 මිනිහ කතා කරන පුළුවන් අපිට time එකක් තියෙනවා වෙලාවක් ගන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලා නේද? Right. Then children, digestion of food. The next up particles both physically and chemically and absorb. That means children, what is mean by digestion of food? මොකද මේ ආහාර ජීර්ණය කියන්නේ? Digestion of food is a process in which food is broken into smaller particles. පුතේ. ආහාර කුඩා කොටස් වලට කැඩීමක් මෙතන වෙන්නේ, right? Physically and chemically. රසායනිකව සහ භෞතිකව, right? You know that due to the muscle action of the stomach and some tubes like small intestine, the large intestine, and especially the esophagus, right? Due to the muscle action, physically the food again breaks down into smaller particles. Then භෞතිකව ඒක බිඳෙනවා muscle action වලින් කුඩා කොටස් වලට. And chemically, due to the secretion due to the juices like bile acid, the pancreatic juice, පුතේ මේ වගේ විශේෂාවයන් නිසා මොකද වෙන්නේ? Chemically, it contains different types of chemicals. ඒක රසායනික වර්ග තියෙනවා පුතේ. So further it breaks down into smaller particles and help for the absorption process, right? Actually, it is done by with the help of those chemicals, right? That is why it is emphasized as chemically and absorb, right? Breaking down of food into smaller particles, physically, chemically, with the help of those juices, right? ඒ ශ්‍රාවයන්ගේ විශේෂාවයන්ගේ ආදායම තමයි කරන්නේ and absorption process. Okay, and help for the absorption process. ඒ නායක වෙනවා අවශ්‍ය ක්‍රියාවලියට. So digestion of food is the process in which food is broken into small particles, both physically and chemically, and absorbed, right? මෙන්න මේ ආහාර පුතේ කුඩා කොටස් වලට බිඳහෙලමින් භෞතිකව රසායනිකව බිඳහෙලමින් ඖෂධ එක ගැනීම තමයි digestion of food කියලා කියන්නේ. So this is the definition about digestion of food. Then children, look at the next sentence here. The digestive system consists of the mouth. These are the main parts of the digestive system, right? මේ තමයි ප්‍රධාන කොටස් ටික. The mouth, right? මුඛය, the esophagus, අපි කියන අන්න ශ්‍රෝතය, then pharynx, right? Look at them. The mouth. This is the oral cavity. Then the mouth. Then esophagus. They actually before esophagus we have to write down pharynx. Okay. Pharynx line. Mouth, pharynx, esophagus. Right. Esophagus. Then stomach. Then they have become liver, gallbladder, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, appendix, rectum, anus. Right? These are the main part of the digestive system. Other than that, we can find out these salivary glands. අපිට හම්බෙනවා කේට ග්‍රන්ථි හම්බෙනවා. Salivary glands are here. ඒකත් අපිට හම්බෙනවා. Right? Then okay. Apart from these, the salivary glands. ඊට අමතරව අපිට හම්බෙනවා මෙන්න මේ ටික salivary glands කේට ග්‍රන්ථි, liver, අපමාව, gallbladder, අපි කියන පිත්තාශය, right? Salivary glands, the liver, gallbladder, pancreas, right? And pancreas, which are called supportive organs. අපි කියනවා ආධාරක අවයව කියලා. They are which are called supportive organs, also help in digestion because they do some secretion. Saliva is secreted, right? Digestive juice is secreted in the stomach. එක නම් issue එකක් නැහැ. මොකක්ද secret කරනවනේ. Livers produce bile acid stored in gallbladder, right? එක හදනවා liver එකේ එන්න මේ bile acid එක පිත්තාශය විෂය හදනවා. And it's stored in gallbladder. එක ගවඩා කරන්නේ කොහොමද gallbladder එකේ and it's secreted through a common capillary මෙන්න මේ පොදු නාලයකින් දෙනවා මෙතෙන්ට. And the pancreas secrete the pancreatic juice. එයා අග්නාශය විෂයත් වෙනවා දෙක පොදු නාලයකින් දෙනවා. Then they are the supportive organs of our digestive system. අපේ ජීර්ණ පද්ධතියේ ආධාරක අවයවයන් ටික, right? This is the path of the food flows down here, right? ඔන්න බලන්න යන්නේ මග නේද? The path of the food. ආහාර ගමන් මග, right? Then children, okay. Let's write them. First of all, write down this question. What is known as food digestion? Or what is known as digestion of food? ආහාර ජීර්ණය කුමක්ද? Right? What is known as digestion of food? what is known as digestion of food. Right, I think time is enough. Then children, next part. Next question today. Write down the main write down the main parts of the write down the main parts of the digestive system. So they skip these things immediately alpha, right? Write down the main parts of the digestive system. Okay, write them down. Mouth, esophagus, pharynx, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus, right? If it is over, you can write the next question. Write down the write down the write down the supportive organs of the write down the supportive organs of the write down supporting organs of the digestive system. Digestive system. Write down supportive organs of the digestive system. Salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas, right? They are the supportive organs of our digestive system. Okay, children, then we are moving towards the mouth, right? Then we'll talk about each and every organ under the digestive system, right? Today, still we are talking about this lesson, the new lesson, right? Let us maintain a healthy body. We talk much about these things. I explain this procedure on the pathological Islam, right? Then we talk about the digestion of food and the main organs of the body and the supportive organs of our digestive system, right? Then we are going to talk about these main organs of the digestive system. The first one is mouth. You can find out a beautiful mouth. Then the digestion of food begins in the mouth, right? Then the digestion of food begins in the mouth. ආහාර ජීර්ණය පුතේ මුඛයෙන්ම තමයි ආරම්භ වෙන්නේ. You know that? In here, salivary glands secrete saliva, right? කේට ග්‍රන්ථි වලින් කේට ශ්‍රාවය කරනවා. They contain some chemicals that are effective for food digestion, right? The digestion of food begins in the mouth. Food is broken into smaller particles and mixed with saliva. Children, with the help of our tongue, right? Especially with the help of our teeth today, the food is teared, the food is cutted, right? Food is cut and food is ground. අපි අඹරනවා මේ ආහාර නේද? Teared, ඉරනවා. And cut the food. ආහාර කපනවා. Then and we ground the food, right? ආහාර අඹරලා දානවා නේ, right? We grind the food. Then and we break down these food into smaller particles. කුඩා කොටස් තුනක් මේවා බෙදෙහෙලනවා, right? The children, food is broken into smaller particles and mixed with saliva. ඒකත් එක්ක මිශ්‍ර කරනවා මේවා. Teeth and the salivary glands help in this process. මෙන්න මේ අපේ දත් සහ, right? අපේ මෙන්න මේ කේට ග්‍රන්ථි. Teeth and the salivary glands help in this process. මේකට දායක වෙනවා. You know that children, there are 4 main types of teeth. ඔයාලා දන්නවා දත් වර්ග හතරක් තියෙනවා. මොනවාද? Incisors, canines, premolars and molars, right? කුන්තක, රදනක, පුරශ්චාරක, චාරක, right? Then children, with the knowledge of the previous grade, you can tell me, children, what is the function of incisors today? What is the function of incisors? At least tell me you can put your answers into the chat also. Or else you can tell the mics and tell me. What is the function of incisors?
To cut food.
Yeah, cutting down of food. ඔයාලගේ මේ පොල්දක් තියෙනවානේ ඉස්සරහින් තියෙන්නේ අනේවා හරි අන්න ඒ ටික. එතකොට මෙන්න මේ incisors වලින් මොකද කරන්නේ? It will cut down the food. ආහාර කැපීම කරනවා. Can I then think about your dog and cat? ඔයාලගේ ඉන්නවනේ මේ පුංචි ඔය මේ කවුද බඩු මල්ලා ඉන්නවනේ හරි. I think you have some pets, right? Then they have large canine teeth. එයාලා ලස්සන ලොකු දත් තියෙනවා නේද? Right? The animals belong to cat family, right? මෙන්න මේ බලලු කුලේ කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ. විලාලු කුලේ කට්ටිය. They have large canine teeth. රදනකටත් දිගයි යාළගේ නේ. Right. Then I think in some of your friends also you can find out such teeth. Then ගොඩක් වෙලාවට යාළුවන්ගෙත් ටිකක් දිගේව තියෙනවා නේ අමුතුම දේවල්. Then canine teeth, right? මෙන්න මේ රදනක දාන. What the function of them? මොකක්ද ඒකේ කාර්යය? What the function of canine teeth? Yeah, tearing of food. ආහාර ඉරීම කරනවා. Then when you are eating chicken, then ඔයාලා chicken කනකොට නේද? You have to tear them. අපි ඉරලා ගන්නේ. Not cutting them. අපි කපන්නේ නේ. Yeah, you have to tear them, right? Then children, look at premolars and molars. පුරශ්චාරක චාරක, right? What is the function of them?
Crushing and grinding.
Yeah, very good. Then we have to grind food into small particles. And පුංචි කොටස්ලා අඹරනවා තව තව මේ මේවා. Right. Then children, these are the main types of teeth available in our oral cavity, and they're the functions. තමයි ක්‍රියාවකේ කෘත්‍ය එක නේද? Right. Then children, in here you don't have given any more details about the teeth, but let's write some of them. Keep up together. Right. Then children, okay, that's about the teeth. Then children, look at the next topic, teeth. Babies get their milk teeth between 6 to 9 months of age and will continue up to 3 years. Then, that මතුවීම ආරම්භ වෙන්නේ මාස 6 විතර පස්සේ, right? Babies get their milk teeth, right? Between 6 to 9 months of age. වයස 6 අතර, sorry, වයස මාස 6 අතර කාලය තිබීම ආරම්භ වෙනවා and will continue up to 3 years. And it completes around 3 years of age. සම්පූර්ණ වෙන්නේ දත් මතුවීම සම්පූර්ණ වෙන්නේ අවුරුදු 3 වගේ කාලේ, right? There are 20 milk teeth in with 10 on each jaw. එක හඬුවක 10 ගානේ 20ක් තියෙනවා. I will write the milk teeth formula. මම formulas දෙකම ලියන්න. Okay, listen to me. ආගෙන ඉන්නකෝ. පොඩි කතා කරලා මම ලියන්නම්. There are 20 milk teeth with 10 on each jaw. Jaw means anuna, upper jaw, lower jaw, right? The milk teeth fall between 6 to 12 years. පුතේ වයස අවුරුදු 6ක් 12ක් අතර කාලේ දත් වැඩිම කිරි දත් වැඩිම ආරම්භ වෙනවා. Clear? You can remember those days of yours, right? මතකනේ ඒ කාලේ වල වෙච්ච දේවල් ටිකනේ. Right? Then I think you have some nice photographs in your childhood also without these teeth. ඇතිනේ දත් photos එහෙම ලස්සන. Then are replaced by 28 permanent teeth. Right? What happened here? දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? Then are replaced by 28 permanent teeth. Because that 28ක් වෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ පුතේ. Right? මුලින්ම 28ක් වෙනවා. The eruption of the last 4 molar teeth can be delayed until 25 years of age. අවසාන මේ molar teeth හතර මෙන්න මේ කෙලවරේ දත් හතර අපිට එන්නේ කොහොමද? අවසාන කාලේ තමයි around 25 years of age. It will complete at around 25 years of age. වයස 25 වගේ වෙනකොට ඒ ටික සම්පූර්ණ වෙලා යනවා. Permanent teeth set එක. Okay? There are 32 permanent teeth, right? උඩ 32යි, right? Before this one, eruption of teeth in 2 seasons is known as what? Eruption of teeth in 2 different time periods. කාල සීමා දෙක දත් මතු වීමට නමක් කියනවා. What is the name? I think you know it. What is that? Dipodont. Right? So it should be dy, right? Dipodont. අපි කියනවා ද්විදන්ති කියලා කියනවා, right? Dipodont. Then children, I will draw the milk teeth formula, right? මම අඳින්නගේ milk teeth formula එක. Before that, children, we had to write this subtopic. අනුමාචකවත් දාගන්නකො. Right? Okay. The next subtopic is mouth. Yeah, mouth කියලා. Then children, Prisama can write this one via the market. After food enters into the mouth, after food enters into the mouth, after food enters into the mouth, food gets mixed with, food gets mixed with, food gets mixed with the saliva, food gets mixed with the saliva, secreted by the, secreted by the, secreted by the, strawberry karna. Secreted by the salivary glands, by the salivary glands, salivary glands, and the teeth, and the teeth helps in, and the teeth helps in, the teeth helps in breaking down of food, and teeth help in breaking down of food into smaller particles, into smaller particles. Full stop. The tongue, the tongue helps to The tongue helps in or helps to taste the food. The tongue helps to taste the food. The tongue helps to taste, T-A-S-T, taste the food. Further, and further, it helps in, and further, it helps in mixing food with saliva and further it helps in mixing food with saliva, and swallowing. ආහාර ගිලීමට දායක වෙනවානේ. Swallowing. Clear? Okay, that's that part about the mouth, right? Then children, the next subtopic is teeth. The next subtopic is teeth. That clear? Milk teeth formula. So what is this one? Muqaddari mean? What is that? Okay, this is the this is the uh, this is the formula that contains the teeth available in half of our mouth පුතේ. අපේ මුඛයේ මේ අර්ධ දෙක පිට දත් ප්‍රමාණය දක්වන chart එකක් මේ තියෙන්නේ. This is lower jaw. මේ තේරුම් ගන්න මේක lower, sorry, this is upper jaw. This is upper jaw. උඩුහනුව. This is lower jaw. The amount of teeth in lower jaw, the amount of teeth in upper jaw. This is about half of our mouth, right? මේක හරියටම අර මේ අපේ මුඛයේ අර්ධ දෙක කතාව. Right? The amount of teeth that contain in half of our mouth. අපේ මුඛයේ අර්ධ දෙක පිට දත් ප්‍රමාණය. Clear? Let's count them. Milk teeth formula. Hey, in a baby පුතේ we can't find out premolars, right? පුරස්චාරක පුංචි ළමයිගේ බලා ගන්න නැහැ. Clear? Instead of we can find out only two in a side, we can find out four molars, right? එක පැත්තක නම් අර්ධ දෙක නම් in a half we can find out four molars here. හතරක් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් මේ molars, right? Then this is the formula. This indicate sorry, this indicate incisors, right? Within incisors. This indicate canines. This indicate premolars. This indicate molars. Right? In a half of our mouth, the formula of half of our mouth is given here. In upper jaw and lower jaw, we can find out 2 inches in a half, right? අපි අර්ධයක මුකේ මෙන්න බලන්න පුළුවන් අපිට උඩ අණුවේ 2යි යට අණුවේ 2යි 4යි, right? Then canines two canines are available in upper jaw and lower jaw in a half of our mouth. Then we can't find out any premolars in a baby, right? Especially in a baby. Then we can find out 4 molars in upper jaw and lower jaw of an infant or a baby, right? Or a child. In a half of our mouth, right? Right? This is the milk teeth formula. Okay, that's sutra. In a child, we can find out teeth arranged under this formula, right? Make the meta right. That ticker at but in some occasions, there may be some interactions, right? ගමන විෂම දන්තීම විතත්යන් තියෙනවා වෙනම කතන්දරයක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒවා වෙනයි යා. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කියනවා වෙනම කතා කරන්න වැඩිය. Right. This is the milk teeth formula. Milk teeth formula එක. Right. Okay, under the milk teeth formula, you can write this one. Okay, we can ලියන්න මම කට්ටිය ready. Let's look at the calculation. බලමු මේ ගණන දාගෙන ඉස්සලා. In here you can find out five teeth here. That's පහයි. In the upper jaw, we can find out 5 teeth. In the lower jaw, we can find out 5 teeth. In a half of our mouth. So, මේ පැත්ත 5යි, මේ පැත්ත 5යි, 10යි. In the other side, we can find out 5 and 5. Then altogether, there are 20 teeth. Then you know that in a child, Pudala, we can find out 20 milk teeth. Kirida, this side. Then you can write this one. Under that one, you can write down this formula. Okay, I think time is enough for this one. Okay, next part children. Then the permanent teeth formula is the sutra. Before that, we will write this one today. Okay, അടുത്ത ക്ലിയാകോപ്പിന് മെയിൽ തന്നേ, right? Okay, this one. Babies get their milk teeth between 6 to 9 months of age and will continue up to 3 years. Okay, next one. Then write this one also put there. Then the milk teeth fall between 6 to 12 years and replaced by 28 permanent teeth. Just leave it again, right? The milk teeth fall off between 6 to 12 years of age. Years of age. Right. Okay, let's talk about the permanent teeth. Yeah, permanent teeth method, right? Then permanent teeth formula. Right? This is mentioned in here also. It is mentioned as in a half form output. We can find out this amount of teeth, right? You know that this is incisors. You can find out 2 incisors in upper jaw and lower jaw. In a half of mouth. Okay, මුඛයේ අර්ථ දෙක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. In upper jaw we can find out only one canine teeth, and in a lower jaw also we can find out only one canine teeth. In especially in under the permanent teeth formula, okay, we can find out two premolars here, in two premolars in upper jaw and two premolars in lower jaw. In half of a mouth, then three molars, and molars in the upper jaw and the three molars in lower jaw, right? Right. This is the permanent teeth formula, right? All together we can, or let's look at the calculation of the. Hey, you can find out 8 teeth here, right? That attack method in a half of our mouth. Then 8, 16. In a half of our mouth, then we can find out 16 teeth. In the other half, there are 16 teeth. All together, 32 permanent teeth, right? I just want to be there. Permanent teeth formula. I forgot something like that. Right? Just right, put the on the Then children, look at this sentence. We're not going to move in. Then, okay. The reduction of the last four molar, you know that after the 12 years of age, Padana, right? Between 6 to 12 years of age, it is replaced by 28 permanent teeth. Then, when me high the Hadra Kaldi, is still that Mudwin, Paratica, Bruno. Then, and it will complete during the 25th years of age. Right? අවුරුදු 25කදී වර්ධනය සම්පූර්ණ වෙනවා. right? අපි ඇති ඇතිලා ගමු. right? Then, okay. Then children, right, let's put the diagram. Okay. The appearance of permanent teeth begins with the fall off of begins with the fall off of milk teeth and it will complete around of years of age. Right? Then there are 32.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah,
Can you
okay.
please say that sentence again?
Okay. Right. I told you that. Okay. Generally, can you repeat it? What I told you? The whole sentence? Well, සම්පූර්ණවත් පොඩ කියන්න.
The appearance of milk permanent teeth begin with the fall of the milk teeth between 6 to 12 years.
Okay. The appearance of permanent teeth begins with the appearance of permanent teeth begins with the fall off of milk teeth and it completes around 25 years of age. So the next sentence, Putana. There are 32 permanent teeth. Right? Okay, right. Then especially write down this one today. In milk teeth and permanent teeth, it is given the it is given the is given the it is given the is given the number of teeth. It is given the number of teeth that are located in upper jaw and lower jaw. That are located in upper jaw and lower jaw. That are located in upper jaw and lower jaw. That are located in upper jaw and lower jaw. In half of mouth. In half of the mouth. Right, children. Then let's go to the next part. A tooth consists of two parts. දතක අපිට හම්බ වෙනවා කොටස් දෙකක්, right? The crown of the tooth is the part that is seen outside the gum. පුතේ අපේ මෙන්න මේ අපි කියන විදුරු මස්තක කියන්නේ විදුරු මස්තකෙන් එළිය දින කොටසක් කියනවා crown එක කියලා කියනවා. And is covered by enamel. මේ ඒ කොටස පුතේ it is covered by enamel. Then think about your teeth. දැන් අපිට අල්ල ගන්න ඩට් එක වගේ නිකන්. It is somewhat slippery. ඔය විශ්සර කරලා කියනවා. බෙත් එක නනේ පුතේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන්. Right? It is somewhat slippery. Why is that? Due to the enamel. ඒ enamel එක නිසා පුතේ. Actually it protect the teeth. enamel එකෙන් දත ආරක්ෂා කරනවා. Right? Otherwise bacteria and other organisms can easily infect the teeth. අන්න ඒක මොකද කරන්නේ? අඩු කරනවා මේ enamel එකෙන්. Then if you clean the teeth from time to time from dentals, then with dentals වලින් අපි ඒක නිතරම clean කරන්න ගත්තාම මොකද දත් ටික. Then due to the due to the then if you intake brackish water with නිතරම where මේ අපි කියනවා නිතරම කිවුල් ජලය භාවිත කරන කෙනෙක් නම් දැන් think about some areas in Sri Lanka it contain much amount of magnesium carbonate and calcium carbonate. දැන් ගොඩක් වෙනවා දැන් අපි think about the rural areas. So ඒ ගොඩක් ග්‍රාමීය ප්‍රදේශ ගත්තාම the water in those areas contain much amount of calcium carbonate and magnesium carbonate, and they deposit around these teeth පුතේ. මේක ඕවා තැන්පත් කරන මේ දත් වල නේද? Right? And it looks unpleasant. කැතයි ඇත්තටම එහෙම from time to time you have to clean them. අපි clean කරන්න වෙනවා. Then what happen? දැන් මොකද වෙන්නේ? Then your enamel will damage. ඔයාගේ enamel එක damage වෙනවා. Then easily bacteria can affect your teeth. They develop cavities inside your teeth, right? එළියෙන් තේන්නේ නැහැ. You can find out a black spot, a tiny black spot outside the externally. You can find out a small black spot, but internally they are decaying those areas, right? එළියෙන් නම් යන්තම් තිතක් පෙනේ. ඇතුලේ වැඩේ දීලා තියෙනවා, right? Suddenly if after some time if you eat some hard things like guava or pear කනකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? Your teeth will break out. උන break down ලා එනවා brother කැඩලා යනවා නේද? right. ඒක තමයි දන්නේ මෙන්න මේ ඉතින් වැඩි වෙලා කියලා, right? අන්න ඒකයි. Then children, the crown of the teeth is the part that is seen outside the gum and is covered by enamel. This consists of calcium and it is very strong. ඉතින් calcium වලින් සම්පූර්ණ මේ enamel එක ඉතින් ඒක ශක්තිමත්. The root is the part embedded in the gum. පුතේ මේ විදුලි මස් තුල ගිල්ල තියෙන මොකද්ද? අපි කියනවා the root, දන්ත මූලය, right? The root of the teeth. It contains nerves and blood vessels. ඒකට සම්බන්ධ නමනවාද? The nerves and blood vessels මේ ස්නායු, උදර නාලිකා සම්බන්ධයි අන්න මේ root එකට. That's why when your teeth fall off today, that's why that we can see in the bleeding, okay? Or රුධිර වැස්ම ගැලීමක් තියෙනවා නේද? අන්න ඒ නිසා. Due to damage of blood vessels, it's bleeding, right? Layer up අපිට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. And you can have a severe pain due to the nerves located in those areas. The root, with the root, the nerves and the blood vessels are combined. ඒ දන්ත මූලයට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේ මොනවාද? Nerves. ස්නායු සහ blood vessels means රුධිර නාලිකා, right? That's why. Then පුතාලා for this time I can write down. There are two parts. There are two parts. There are two parts of the teeth. So of a tooth, right? Of a tooth, sorry. There are two parts of a tooth. The crown the root. Crown එක කියනකොට අපිට externally බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් සුදු පාට කෑල්ල, right? The root is the embedded one in the gum, right? And it is embedded to the jaw. ඒක හනුවස්තිරම බහැලා තියෙන්නේ පුතේ, right? Think about the shark then. Think about shark පුතේ. මෝරු ගන්නකො. They have several rows of teeth, right? එයාලට දත් පෙළි කීපයක් තියෙනවා. We have only one row of teeth. අපිට තියෙන දත් පෙළි එකයිනේ. But shark has uh, various actually a few rows of teeth. එයාට දත් පෙළි කීපයක් තියෙනවා. And when they are attacking other animals and in fights පුතාලා they will lose their teeth. දැන් දත් හැලෙනවා ඉතින් මෙයාලගේ fights වලදී එහෙම. And from time to time their teeth will fall off. කාලෙන් කාලට දත් වැටලා යනවා. Again teeth will appear from their cavities පුතාලා. Sorry, again teeth will appear from their jaws. එයාලගේ හනුවස්තු වලින් දත් මතු වෙනවා සැරෙන් සැරේට. Clear? Then think about Greenland shark. අපි දන්නවා දැන් you know that there are more than 400 species of sharks. දැන් මෝරු ගත්තාම වර්ග 400 ගණක් ඉන්නවා. Right? More than 400. Then there's a species of shark called Greenland shark. ඔය Greenland shark කියන ගත්තාම they live more than 400 years, right? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් එයාලා අවුරුදු 400 ගණනකට වඩා ජීවත් වෙනවා මේගොල්ලෝ. And දැන් එයාලා sexual maturity එක එයාලා ලිංගික පරිණතිය. ඒ කියන්නේ කටව බෝ කරන්න සුසු වෙන්නේ after 100 years of age. සාමාන්‍ය අවුරුදු 100වත් පයින්න ඕනේ. Around 120 years of age. අවුරුදු 120 වෙනකොට එයාලා පරිණත වෙනවා, ලිංගික පරිණතිය වෙනවා. Right? Sexual maturity එක. In the name is Greenland shark. ඒ හැමතැනම බලා ගන්න බෑ. ඉතින් Greenland වගේ areas වල බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ oceans වල, seas වල, right? Greenland shark, right? Another prehistoric one is the goblin shark. ඔය goblin shark එක ස්ක්‍රිප්ට් එකේ තියෙන අය මෝරා. අර ඒ anime එකේ තියෙනවා අතන. Then right. The crown, the root. So අපේ දත් පෙළ එක we have only one row of teeth, right? Next one is stomach. Put in a stomach. After writing this one, you can write this one. The crown is the part. The crown is the. The crown is the part of the tooth. The crown is the part of the tooth. The crown is the part of the tooth. That can be find out. That can be find out. externally, that can be find out externally outside of the gum. Outside of the gum. Outside of the gum. Right? And it is covered by enamel. And it is covered by enamel. And it is covered by enamel. Made up of calcium. Made up of calcium. Made up of calcium. Then children, you can write this one because then what they are going to flu on. What we end this term I can write down. The root is a part embedded in the gum. The root is a part embedded in the gum. The root is a part embedded in the gum. And it contains nerves and blood vessels. Also, you can say nerves and blood vessels are connected to it. Right? Nerves and blood vessels are connected to it. Okay. Right. Then the next one, children, let's go to the next part here. Salivary glands. Okay. Keta Granthi. You can find out salivary glands here. Okay. A human being has 3 pairs of salivary glands. A human being has 3 pairs of salivary glands. Salivary is important as it helps to swallow the food, right? Think me. Saliva. Actually, if the food is mixed up with the saliva, I told you already, the food gets mixed with saliva and helps in salivary. Right then, right. Right. So there, it is mentioned that we can find out 3 pairs of salivary glands. Euglena තුනක් මේ බණු මේ right මේ parotid gland එකයි and duct මේ තියෙන ප්‍රනාලය මේ තියෙන මේ side එකේ තියෙනවා ඔයාලගේ rhythms එක මැදුනා මේ මාන්න මේක right this one. Then the other one, right? Look at this one. This look at this pair. One is in this side and the other one is the opposite side. Right? දෙපැත්තේ දෙකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් මෙතනත් එහෙමයි. මේ හැරේ තියෙනවා. නේ? This one. Submandibular gland and duct. If pranale, right? sublingual gland මේ අනිත් එක sublingual gland අර මම කියන යටින් ගැටහන වේදියේ චාරක දතාවලින් වෙනවා කියලා කිව්වම කිව්ව අන්න ඒවා right එතකොට මේ right මේ යටින් එන්නේ අර මේ සයිඩ් එක වල රිදෙන්නේ අල්ලද්දි මෙහෙම අර අවු වෙන කෑලි දෙකක් වගේ ඒ දෙකේ තියෙන්නේ මෙතන පුංචි දෙක right on there are three pairs of salivary glands so salivary glands යුගල තුනක් අපිට හම්බ වෙනවා two from this side other side this side right the ptyalin enzyme මේ ptyalin enzyme එක the ptyalin මේ p શબ્ද වෙන්නේ නැහැ the ptyalin the ptyalin enzyme means saliva මේ රුධිරයේ මේ ptyalin enzyme එක helps to digest the carbohydrate of the food in the mouth මෙන්න මේ මුඛයේ තියෙන අපි දැන් think about the food available in the mouth පුතේ it will help for the digestion of food in the okay it occurs from it begins from the mouth පුතේ. Okay, you know that saliva contains ptyalin, okay? Then the digestion of food starts from the mouth. එහෙනම් ආහාර ජීර්ණය මුඛයෙන්ම ආරම්භ වෙන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. Clear? Then the ptyalin enzyme in saliva helps to digest carbohydrate of the food in the mouth. එහෙනම් මුඛයේදී පටන් ගන්නවා ආහාරයේ තියෙන carbohydrate ජීර්ණය කරන්න due to the availability of this ptyalin enzyme in saliva. මොකද කේතේ ptyalin enzyme එක තියෙනවා. Right? Okay. Then children, the next subtopic on Machvadagan, salivary glands, Kate Gandhi. Okay. The next subtopic is salivary glands. Okay. A human being has, you can write this one, just like this one, a human being has three pair of salivary glands. Now you know that where they are located. Then right again, in the areas, right? A human being has three pairs of salivary glands. Then is next stomach. Saliva eases පහසු කරනවානේ. Saliva eases the EACS eases the swallowing of food. Swallowing. SWALLOWING. Saliva helps. Saliva eases the swallowing of food. And helps in digestion. And helps in digestion of carbohydrate and helps in digestion of carbohydrate helps in digestion of carbohydrate because ptyalin enzyme because ptyalin enzyme is available in saliva. right? Okay, children. Then that's what about salivary glands. The pharynx. Look at the figure here. I told you that it's a common area, like a Pradesh, right? Actually, the respiratory system also start from here. So, right? You can find out larynx, right? This tract. This tract is the respiratory system. This tract is the respiratory system. Okay, the respiratory system is right? It's a common area. Clear? It's a common area. Pharynx. The next after big pharynx. Okay, the nasal cavity. Now, nasal cavity means nas kuhare, right? Nasal cavity and the oral cavity. Ape mukha kuhare. Open into pharynx. You know that? Both are located, both are open into pharynx. Pharynx. The larynx, right? The larynx and the esophagus are connected to the pharynx. Again, I will show you. This is esophagus. May अंदर show होते हैं, right? The path where the food goes down, and this is the path where the air goes down. Right? This is esophagus, understood. This is the respiratory tract, right? The fore part is known as the larynx. Sorry, larynx here, right? In here we can find out a lid-like structure and this is known as epiglottis. Epiglottis. And it avoids food enters into the respiratory tract. Clear? Right. If it accidentally enters into the if food accidentally enters into the respiratory tract, it causes choking. Remove the food enters into the tract, right? That's why you have been asked not to talk while eating. Choking. Then, okay. The larynx and esophagus are connected to the pharynx, right? Okay, perfect. This stomach can write like this. Pharynx is an organ. Pharynx is an organ common to. Pharynx is an organ common to. Pharynx is an organ common to both. It's an area common to both. Digestive system and the respiratory system. Digestive system and the respiratory system. Okay. This is stomach. The nasal cavity and the oral cavity open into the pharynx. The nasal cavity and the oral cavity open into the pharynx. open into the pharynx. Next sentence. The larynx and esophagus are connected to the pharynx. So understood that open in right. That's what about pharynx. On the pharynx, right. Then let's go to stomach. අපි යන්නේ අපේ ආමාශය පැත්තට, right? Stomach. Right. Ready? Then stomach is a J-shaped organ. I told you earlier. It's a J-shaped sac. අපි කියන්නේ J හැටි මඩියක් නැත්නම් මල්ලක් කියලා කියන්නේ. J-shaped sac, right? Look at the figure here. Look at the stomach, J-shaped sac. Then the upper end is connected to the esophagus, while the other end is connected to the small intestine. Okay. මේ stomach එකේ මොදලා තියෙන්නේ the upper end ඉහළ කෙළවර සම්බන්ධයි මොකේද? The upper end, this part, right? This part. The upper end connected to the esophagus. ඉහළ කෙළවර අන්න සොද්ද සම්බන්ධලා තියෙන්නේ. And the lower end connected to the small intestine. පහළ කෙළවර කුඩාන්තයට සම්බන්ධ වෙලා තියෙනවා. Clear? Right. The glands in the inner walls of the stomach secrete mucus. So the mucus can ශ්ලේෂ්ම ස්‍රාවය කරනවා. ග්‍රන්ථි වලින් ආමාශය දිත්තියේ, right? The inner walls of the stomach secrete mucus, pepsinogen enzymes and hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric amla HCl amla වල දානවා. HCl කියන්නේ concentrate නෙමෙයි. They are dilute. Good at dilute විදිහට, right? They secrete hydrochloric acid and pepsinogen enzyme. මේ pepsinogen මෙන්න මේ enzyme ස්‍රාවය කිරීමත් කරනවා, right? Then children, actually it helps in digestion process. මේ ඕනේ මොකේද? ජීර්ණ ක්‍රියාවලියට, right? Then I think some children, I don't know about you, some children has a habit of eating chewing gum always. And when chewing gum කරනවා නේද? Right? Actually, one reason for gastritis is eating chewing gum, right? If you are addicted to eat chewing gum, then chewing gum කන්න ඇබ්බැහි වෙලා වගේ නා. Sometimes you may suffer from gastritis, right? සමහරවිට gastritis වලටත් ඒකින් ඔයා පීඩා වෙන්න පුළුවන්. The reason is this one. Children, you know that when you see a food, ඔයා ආහාරයක් දකිනකොට, right? When you remember the taste of a food, ආහාරයේ රස මතක් වීමේදී, when you see food, see, not that seafood, right? When you see a food, right? ඔයා ආහාරයක් දකිනවා. When you smell food, ඔයාට ආහාර සුවඳ දැනෙනවා. When you remember food, ආහාරය මතක් වෙනවා. Yummy. හරි. මතක් වෙනවා. What happens? The stomach starts secretion of HCl. HCl පුතේ ශ්‍රාවය ගන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. The brain thinks that it's going to have a food now. ඔන්න දැන් ආහාරයක් එන්න යන්නේ කියලා ආමාශය රෙඩි කරනවා. But you are eating a chewing gum. හැබැයි ආහාරෙ මොකද chewing gum එකක් කන්නේ. Right? No any food. ආහාරයක් නෙමෙයි. You are not salivating it. Accidentally you will saliva. ආදිසියන ගිලනවත් තියෙනවා නෙමෙයි මොකද? But you are not salivating it, right? Or giving anything in. But the stomach is preparing for a digestion process. එයා ready කරගෙන ඉන්නේ. එන්න කියලා ready කරගෙන ඉන්නේ, right? But you are not taking a food like that. එහම ආහාරයක් ගන්නවා නෙමෙයි. You are eating and chewing gum, right? ඔයා ගන්න chewing gum එකක්. මොකද වෙන්නේ? And due to the secretion of hydrochloric acid, the mucus layer of your inner walls of the stomach will damage today. මෙන්න මේ mucus layer එකක් තියෙනවනේ මෙන්න මේ mucus ටික මේ ස්ලේෂ් වල තියෙනවා ස්ලේෂ් වල අඩංගුවේ ආමාශය පිටිය ඇතුළේ ආස්තරය right අපි කියනවා ඒ endometrium එක ඒ ස්තරය මොකද වෙන්නේ අන්න ඒ inner wall එක damage වෙලා අන්න ඒ muscle areas වලට මේක මේ hydrochloric acid නිසා damage වෙන්න පුළුවන් right ඒ HCl ස්ටාර්ටයක් නෙවෙයි ඒ acidic nature එක නිසා මොකද වෙන්නේ inner walls damage වෙන්න පුළුවන් right අන්න ඒක දෙයක් ඉතින් නේද so you have to be careful about eating chewing gum in that you know it will not affect suddenly take apart with there but it may if you make it as a habit right for a long time there may be some there's a risk of getting such conditions right ඒවා තත්ත්වයකට එන්න පුළුවන් ඉතින් the next one the food we eat travels down from the esophagus into the stomach and is temporarily stored there තාවකාලිකව ආහාර ගබඩා කරනවා right and food flows down food goes down towards the stomach through esophagus and food is stored temporarily තාවකාලිකව ගබඩා කරනවා right unlike the human being will like cross නැත්නම් අර මානවයක් කපුටෙක් වගේ වෙනවා ඇයි කනවා දානවා right ස්ටෝක් කරලා තියාගන්න ටික වෙලාවක් මේක right then right next one during this time the food gets mixed with the gastric juices and the digestion of protein is start in the stomach පුතේ protein ජීර්ණය සහ මෙන්න මේ අපි කියනවා during this time the food gets mixed with the gastric juices පුතේ ඔය ආංශික ශ්‍රාවයන් අපි කියනවා මෙන්න ආමාශික ශ්‍රාවයන් විෂත් එක්ක මිශ්‍ර වෙනවා මෙන්න මේ ආහාර and the digestion of protein is start in the stomach protein අවශෝෂණය ජීර්ණය කියන දේ ඔතනින් ආරම්භ වෙනවා අර පෙප්සින් ඔදින එකක් තියෙනවා නේද sorry the absorption of water මෙන්න මේ ජලය අවශෝෂණය කරන ආමාශයෙන් පුතේ and mainly done by the large intestine බහුතරයක් ජලය පුතේ ප්‍රතිශෝෂණය වෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ මහාන්ත්‍රයේදී but the stomach also absorb water නමුත් ආමාශයෙන් ජලය අවශෝෂණය වෙනවා කියලා කියනවා right the absorption of water certain medicines ඖෂධ අවශෝෂණය right and alcohol සහ මත්පැන් මද්යසාර right මේ වගේ දේවල් absorb කරන්නේ කොහෙන්ද alcohol takes place in the stomach absorption of alcohol මේ මත්ද්‍රව්‍ය අපි කියන්නේ මත්පැන් වගේ දේවල් right මේ alcohol කියන දේ alcohol කියන සංඝටකේ right එන්නේ ඒක absorb වෙන්නේ stomach එකෙන් right ඒකනේ මාමල දීපු ගම very win right then short දෙකයි මාම very right අන්න එකයි after 2 or 6 hours the food enters the small intestine so it may take some time එකපාරටම කුරේ යන්නේ නැහැ කියලා the stomach temporarily stores food තාවකලුව ගබඩා කිරීමක් කරනවා ටික ටික යවන්න right from little by little they will send right after 2 to 6 hours අය දෙකත් අයත් අතර කාලයක් තුල after 2 to 6 hours the food enters the small intestine ආහාර ගමන් කරනවා කුඩා අන්ත්‍රය පැත්තට ශුද්ධාන්තයට ගමන් කරනවා right okay before we talk about the small intestine we have to write down some notes regarding this one today අපි ලියාගමු ඉමු right stomach is a J shape J headathy stomach is a J shaped stomach is J shaped sac නැත්නම් also you can say organ right sac the මල්ලක් නැත්නම් අපි කියනවා organ එකක් කියලා කියනවා J shaped organ right Then put another stomach and this one kalya The glands in the inner walls of the stomach secrete mucus, pepsinogen enzymes, and hydrochloric acid. So they separately underline this one. Mucus, pepsinogen enzymes, hydrochloric acid. Right. Okay. Then children, okay. The stomach stores food. The stomach is stomach. The stomach stores food temporarily. The stomach stores food temporarily. Usually it will take nearly 2 hours, but according to the lesson Putala, whereas when we got near to the exam children, right? We take some more than the class will took more than that time, right? 2.5 hours, right? Likewise, okay. And within few months, we hope to start the paper discussion for the third term also, right? And during that time period, it may take some time, more than 2 hours, right? Then children, the glands in the inner wall of the stomach, they feed mucus, pepsinogen enzyme, and hydrochloric acid. Then I asked you to write this one also. The stomach stores food temporarily. Right? Okay. Okay. Then next stomach. Next stomach. Digestion of protein. Digestion of protein. Digestion of protein. It starts in the stomach. Digestion of protein starts in the stomach. Starts in the stomach. Starts in the stomach. Starts in the stomach. After the food get mixed with the after food gets mixed with the after food gets mixed with the gastric juice. Gastric juice. This one, gastric juice. Especially write this down. The absorption of water, certain medicines, and alcohol takes place in the stomach. Could they highlight these things? Very highlight medicines, alcohol, certain medicines, alcohol, water. Last sentence. It may take 2 to 6 hours. It may take 2 to 6 hours. It may take 2 to 6 hours of time. It may take 2 to 6 hours of time for the food to enter the small intestine. For the food to enter the small intestine. Next subtopic is small intestine. ක්ෂුද්‍රාන්ත්‍රය, අපි කුඩාන්ත්‍රය කියලා කියනවා. Small intestine is somewhat long. දිගයි නේද? Right. The small area, right? Small intestine. Right. Children, the small intestine consists of three sections. පුතේ අපිට කලාප තුනක් බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් අපිට මේ small intestine එකේ, right? They are the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, right? They are the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, right? These are the three parts or the sections of the small intestine, right? ඒ කලාප තුන තමයි ඒ තුන, right? Right. Duodenum, jejunum, and ileum, right? The first part of the small intestine, the C-shaped duodenum. අපි කියනවා ග්‍රහණිය කියලා කියනවා මේකට, right? Duodenum කියලා අපි කියන්නේ මෙන්න මේ කලාපය කියන්නේ C-shaped area එක. C හැඩති ප්‍රදේශය. This area. මෙන්න මේ area එක. Duodenum කියලා කියන්නේ ග්‍රහණියට, right? This area. Right. The next part. The presence of villi in the inner walls of the small intestines increase the surface area and it helps to increase efficiency of absorption. පුතේ ඔතන මේ අපි කියනවා the presence of villi in the inner walls. පුතේ ඔතන මේ දැන් අපි හරස් කරක් කියනවා, right? When we talk about crossword section, අපි නිකන් crossword section එකක් ගත්තාම මේක ඇතුළේ මේ අර මොකද දාන්නේ? Surface area එක increase කරලා not like a PVC tube. ගාන්ට් PVC බඩේ වගේ නැහැ. ඒක මොකද කරලා තියෙන්නේ මෙන්න මේ පෘෂ්ඨ වර්ගඵලය වැඩි කරගෙන තියෙනවා. මෙන්න මේ කියන ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකේ ඉන්න ඇතුළ මෙන්න මේ එක හැඩේ ටිකක් බාගර ගහලා වගේ මෙහෙම අර මේ වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. right? අන්න ඒකෙන් තමයි ඔය surface area එක, right? It increases the surface area of absorption. අවශෝෂණ පෘෂ්ඨ වර්ගඵලය වැඩි කරගෙන තියෙනවා. අන්න ඒ වගේ පිටීමක් නිසා. මේ crossword section එක මම හරහාට ගප්පන්නේ. ආයි. කාර්යක්ෂමතාවය වැඩි කරගෙන තියෙනවා ඒ නිසා. ආයි. First of all පුතාලා අපේ ස්ථාමාකය right ඉස්සෙල්ලා ගියාගෙන මොකක්ද කියනවා ඉස්සෙල්ලාම. The small intestine consists of mainly three parts or sections. They are duodenum, jejunum, ileum. right? Okay, single word එක අපි කියන විලායි කියන අංගුලිකා කියලා කියන්නේ. The presence of විලායි. මේ වගේ නෙරීම් තියෙනවා. ඒක ඉස්සරහට මෙහෙම පුංචි පුංචි නෙරීම් තියෙනවා, right? ඒ වගේ පුංචි මේ සර්ෆස් එකක් නේ නැකිලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒකෙත් නෙරීම් තියෙනවා, right? Then the presence of people figure එක බලන්න, right? Then right. The first part, put a summary of this one. The first part of this small intestine is C-shaped duodenum. C හැඩති වක්‍රයෙන් පත් duodenum කියලා කියනවා ග්‍රහණිය කියලා කියන්නේ, right? The first part of this small intestine is the C-shaped duodenum. මෙන්න මේ වගේ, right? Like this. මේ තමයි විලායි, right? අපි කියන අංගුලිකා මේ පුංචි පුංචි තියෙනවා මේ නෙරීම් තියෙනවා. There are some protrusions here, right? මේ වගේ protrude වෙලා තියෙන කියනකට. right? මාර කියවනේ අර අමුතු උදේට තියෙනවා කියලා like not like a PVC tube ඒ වගේම නෙමෙයි තියෙන්නේ. ඒක මේ වෙලා තියෙනවා. right? බලන්න. on මේ වගේ figure එකක් තියෙනවා, right? Okay, then children, the next part. Right. The inner wall of small intestine have glands, right? Pick a U and animate it. Hi. Put it in the stomach face. Let's try this one also. Pick a diagram. Right. Due to the presence of villi, due to the presence of villi, due to the presence of villi in the inner walls of in the inner walls of small intestine, in the inner walls of small intestine, it has increased the it has increased the surface area. It has increased the surface area that helps in absorption. That helps in absorption. And now also push the varga palaya edikala thina, right? Then children, the next part. But the inner walls of small intestine have glands. Okay, where අපි කියනවා මේ අභ්‍යන්තර බිත්තිය වල අපි ඉස්සලා බැලුවා මේ විලායිට ගිහින් බැලුවේ. The inner walls of small intestine have glands. ග්‍රන්ථි තියෙනවා that secrete mucus. ඒක ශ්ලේෂ වල ශ්‍රාවය කිරීම කරනවා. Right? Then digestion of carbohydrate generate proteins, protein generate, and fat is by the enzymes that are secreted in the small intestine. Okay. එහෙනම් ශුද්ධාන්තයෙන් ශ්‍රාවය වෙන මේ usual වර්ග නිසා අපි මොකද වෙන්නේ? Due to the juices secreted through the small intestine, the digestion of carbohydrate, protein, and fat takes place. මෙන්න මේ අපි කියනවා මේද ජීවනය, right? ඊට පස්සේ protein ජීවනය නිසා මෙන්න මේ carbohydrate ජීවනය සිදුවීම බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්. Due to peristaltic movements, the food gets mixed with these juices and is pushed down. අපි කියනවා පුතේ ක්‍රමා කුංච චලන muscle actions කියලා කිව්වේ. අන්නේ muscle action in the due to peristaltic movements, the food gets mixed with these juices and is pushed down. ආහාර මේ විෂයත් එක්ක මිශ්‍ර වෙලා පහළ පාට ගමන් කරගෙන යනවා. Clear? Okay. Then children, you have to write down this also. Nothing to be skipped it. Skip කරන දේවල් ඔක්කොම නැති ඉන්නවද අපි ගොඩක් ලියාගමු නේද? Right, children. Then you want to start mark this. Please start mark right down this one. Okay. The glands located in the glands, Granthi. The glands located in the small intestine. Sorry, the glands located in the inner wall of small intestine. Huh? The glands located in the inner walls of small intestine secrete mucus. Secrete mucus. Slash plus රාවය කරනවා. මැස්සෙම වගේ දෙයක් මේ slash වලින්. Right. And it works like so grease නිකන් අර grease වගේ නිකන් අර ඒ වගේ action එකක් කියලා දෙනවා නේද? Then they reduce the harm for the inner walls, right? ඒ අභ්‍යන්තර අවයව වලට වෙන හානිය, අභ්‍යන්තර විත් වලට හානිය අවම කරනවා, right? Then right. Then you can write this one also. Digestion of carbohydrate, protein, and fat is by the enzymes. Digestion of carbohydrate, protein, and fat. The right digestion of carbohydrate, protein, and fat takes place by the enzymes. Takes place by the enzymes that are secreted. Takes place by the enzymes that are secreted from the intestine, from the small intestine. Peristaltic movements in the stomach peristaltic movement help to mix food with juices. Help to mix food with juices. And pass down further. And pass it down further, right? Last part. The digestion of protein and fat is completed with the help of pancreatic and intestinal fluid that is absorbed inside the small intestine. මෙන්න මේ අග්න්‍යාශය කිව්ෂ මේ බලන්නකො. This is the pancreas. The pancreatic juice. It secretes pancreatic juice and it's this vessel opens into the duodenum. Open, and it contains pancreatic juice, right? And also bile acid, right? Then children, the digestion of protein and fat is completed with the help of the pancreatic and intestinal fluid. Maybe the ආන්ත්‍රික විශේෂ මෙන්න මේ අපි කියන අග්නේශික විෂුවල් ආධාරයෙන් සම්පූර්ණයෙන්ම ප්‍රෝටීන සහ මේ දේ බිඳ වැටීම සිදු වෙනවා. අවශෝෂණය වෙනවා. The bile produced by the liver helps to absorb the fat. පුතේ පිත්තාශයෙන් ආත්මාවෙන් හදන පිත්තාශය ගබඩා කරන මෙන්න පිත්තුෂ. Bile acid helps in absorption of fat. මේදය අවශෝෂණය වෙන්න දායක වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද? Bile acid එක. Apart from this metabolism, water and minerals are also absorbed in the small intestine, right? To a certain extent, යම් ප්‍රමාණයක් මේවා කරනවා. Minerals are absorbed, right? Minerals are absorbed කරනවා. Again, from the large intestine, the water will be absorbed. ඒකත් නැවත ජලය අවශ්‍ය වෙනවා මෙන්න මේ large intestine එකෙන්, right? Apart from this, water and minerals are also absorbed from the or in the small intestine, right? Then children write like this. Pancreatic juice and pancreatic and intestinal juices. Pancreatic and intestinal juices helps in the cut off in the right helps to in the cut off sorry helps to complete the digestion of protein and fat. Helps to complete the digestion of protein and fat. Then write this one. The bile produced by the the bile produced by the liver helps to absorb the fat. Sorry. Sorry. The bile produced by the liver. Is stored in gallbladder. That is why that name has been given. The bile produced by the liver. It is stored in the gallbladder. Right? Absorb the fat. The bile produced by the liver helps to absorb the fat. Apart from this, water and minerals are absorbed in the small intestine. So they write like this. Water and minerals also will absorbed by the small intestine. Right, children. Then the last one, large intestine, right? Let's do it quickly. I take class right? Large intestine. Then on next day we can talk about the diseases, right? Then children, let's do it also. The large intestine is about 1.5 meters in length. Although secretion of mucus takes place in the glands of the large intestine, likewise the small intestine, through the inner walls of the large intestine, it secretes mucus. When we no digestive enzymes are secreted in this section. Most of the digestion occurs in the small intestine. Small intestine. Only a small part of the digestion happens in large intestine. Almost all the digestion process happens in small intestine. Small intestine. Only a few materials absorbed by digested by the large intestine. We can find out any secretion of digestive juices here. ජීරක විශ්‍රාවීමේවත් මහාන්ත්‍රය වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Clear? Then children, villi are not present in the walls of the large intestine. අනික මේ අපි කියන අංගුලිකා වගේ දේවල් අර මේ කියන්නේ the tiny structures cannot be seen in the large intestine. මේ මහාන්ත්‍රයේ ඒ පුංචි ඒ අංගුලිකා වගේ දේවල් බලා ගන්නවත් බෑ. Any unabsorbed food from the small intestines enters the large intestines with water and minerals. ඉතින් ඔය khනිජ වතුරත් එක්ක ජීර්ණය නොවූ ආහාර එන්න පුළුවන්. අවශ්‍ය නොවූ කොටස් එන්න පුළුවන් මහාන්ත්‍රය පැත්තට. Then no significant digestion takes place in the large intestine. ඉතින් මහාන්ත්‍රය කැපී පෙනෙන අවශ්‍යතාවක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඉතින්. That's why I told you that entirely almost all the digestion process takes place in the small intestine, right? Then, but absorption of water and minerals takes place here. ඒක මම කලින්ම කිව්වනේ. ජලය සහ khනිජ අවශ්‍යතාවය මෙන්න මෙතනින් වෙනවා. The unabsorbed material from feces, right? The unabsorbed material may අවශ්‍යනේ නොවු ජීර්ණේ නොවු පුතේ කොටස් වල අපි කියනවා මොනවා කියලාද? Feces මල පහ කියලා කියනවා. And is transmitted through the rectum out of the body. Rectum එන සෙතනින් අයින් කළා දානවා සිරුරේ. Right? Okay. But first of all, like this put we start marking at this one. Large intestine is about 5 meters in length. මීටර එකමාරක් විතර දිගයි මහාන්ත්‍රය. Clear? Approximately 1.5 meters in length. Right. Next one. Secretion of mucus. Secretion of mucus takes place in the inner walls of the secretion of mucus takes place in the inner walls of the large intestine. In stomach, secretion of gastric juices cannot be identified. Secretion of gastric juices cannot be identified. Villi are not present in the large intestine. Angulikat ne. Villi are not present in the walls of the large intestine. Unabsorbed unabsorbed materials enters the large intestine with water and minerals with water and minerals with water and minerals with water and minerals and because some medicines are absorbed by the large intestine ना සමහර ඖෂධ අවශ්‍යතාවයක් වෙනවා මේ මහාන්ත්‍රයෙන් ඒක නෙවෙයි සමහර මේ සත්තුන්ට ප්‍රති මිනිස්සුන්ට මේ මොකද ඔය රෙක්ටම් මේනස් එක හරහා ඇතුල් කරන පිල්ස් එහෙම තියෙන එකනේ ක්ලියර් පස්සපතින් දාන්න තියෙනවා මේ සමහර පිල්ස් එහෙම හරි අර රොකට් වගේ තියෙන දාන්න තියෙන අන්න ඒ වගේ it absorb medicine right and if you want to absorb it quickly right in some cases we have to insert them from the back side right through the anus right then children okay then then children unabsorbed food enters the large intestine with minerals and water. Full stop, and write this down. Right? Water and minerals are absorbed by the large intestine. Unabsorbed materials turn into feces. Turn into feces and passes down through rectum and anus. And passes down to rectum and anus. Right. The last sentence. The appendix is located near the junction of the small intestine and the large intestine as a small pouch. Like a punchi. Right? Right, this putala. Look at this one. The place where they meet, we can find out the small sac-like structure, appendix. Right? Please stomach right down. The place where, near the place where that small intestine opens into the, near the place where that small intestine opens into the large intestine. Small intestine opens into the large intestine. We can identify a sac or pouch-like structure. Called appendix. Right? Okay, children, I think the lesson is clear to you, Budala. Then on next day, we can talk about the diseases regarding digestive system. This is somewhat long, right? There are so many things to be discussed here. Right? The largest one is this one. And we have talked about much about the respiratory system too. Others are somewhat simple. In circulatory, right? Right. On next day, we can talk about the diseases regarding the digestive system. Okay, then please go to the lessons before come to the class. Right, then have a nice goodbye all. See you next day. Bye bye.